Okay, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Some days ago, I was chanting the holy name and I was reading some prayers, and I felt those prayers were actually glorification of the Lord. And while I was chanting, I was thinking of those glorification and I felt quite enthused. So I thought to connect with that for today's inspiration. The first one we will do, we were doing it already once when we were thinking of chanting in the mood of prayer. We were seeing the different steps in prayer, and the first was to glorify the Lord, then to feel gratitude, and then finally to ask something from the Lord. In Srila Prabhupada writes that Lord Chaitanya recommend that simply by glorifying the Lord's holy name, a tremendous change of heart can take place. We have some dogs here joining into the glorification. So we often saw, so Prabhupada was writing, simply by glorifying the Lord's holy name, a big change can happen in the heart. So very often, let me see, can you hear me or are the dogs much too loud in the background? It's okay? Okay, go. Here they are super loud. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we can hear your voice only. There is no voice of dogs barking.
I cannot hear you, Nupo, they are too loud. But as long as you can hear me, I think it's good. Okay, good. So very often we saw in our Japa inspiration that the voice of our chanting can express something to the Lord. For example, in the case of prayer, our voice might speak to the Lord and might request him, please engage me in your loving service, so on and so forth. So we chant Hare Krishna, but our voice is expressing something to the Lord. So today our voice will express a glorification of the Lord, that we want to glorify the Lord as we chant. This is actually a very beautiful entry into the chanting of Japa. We can have many reasons to glorify the holy name, the Lord or the holy name, like my dear holy name, you only can bestow love of God upon me, or you are the most accessible for me to reach Radha and Krishna. You are the form of the Lord coming closer to me so that I connect with them. Even in the Shikshashtakam, we hear that the holy name will extinguish the forest fire of material existence, will clean the mirror of our heart, so on and so forth. So all those are actually praise of the holy name, and we will try to keep our mind connected with them as we chant the holy name. We can choose one of them as the theme of our glorification in chanting, and we will also at the same time try to stay with the holy name. We should not allow our mind to wander too much into this glorification or that glorification. We try to be and stay with the holy name, and when the mind wanders, we remember our glorification to the holy name, and we can address this glorification to the holy name. So we stay with the holy name as much as possible. And whenever we notice our mind was wandering, we can offer glorification to the Lord just in our mind, even as we continue chanting, oh my Lord, you are so kind to be in my life in your form of the holy name, something like this. In the first slideshow, I have put it one glorification of the holy name, but you are most welcome to choose another one, whatever fits for you, whatever works for you, but try to stick with one during the entire Japa session that we will do now. And yeah, you stay with the holy name. When the mind wanders, you bring it back, remembering the glorification of the holy name. And in that way, we enter into the mood of glorifying the holy name as we chant. Hare Krishna. We'll try to go one step deeper into the meditation of glorifying the Lord. Yes, I'm unmuted. In Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.5 purport, Srila Prabhupada writes that this process of hearing about and glorifying the Lord is applicable for everyone, whoever he may be, and it will lead one to the ultimate success in everything in which one may be engaged by providence. So by hearing and glorifying, actually very often Prabhupada connect glorifying with kirtanam, with speaking about the glories of the Lord, glorifying the Lord. And for those who do that, they will achieve the ultimate success in everything in which they may be engaged by providence. I was thinking of moments in temple life where we are doing a lot of glorification of the Lord. And this is, for example, the Premadvani prayers. When we mention all the name of the Acharya and then we say Jai, Jai after everyone, that's like a very good way of praising or glorifying. And I wanted to share with you an experience that I had some years ago in Govinda Kund. Maybe I have shared it already sometimes, but before I do that, I would like to say that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, often we see that when the Lord is being glorified is often when the Lord has appeared. And the devotees are now in front of the Lord and they are offering glorification of the Lord. We have, for example, when Prithu Maharaj was appearing from the body of Vena, then immediately there were all the devotees were praising him. There were professional reciters that were reciting the glories of King Prithu. And many, many times those glorifications are done in the presence of the Lord. So also, if we want our chanting to be a glorification or enter the mood of glorification, then we have to enter into the presence of the Lord. And then when we are close to the Lord, then we glorify him. If we try to glorify him, but we are very far away from his presence, it will be much more difficult. So that's one point, to enter into the presence of the Lord and then glorifying him. And another point that is also quite relevant is that our praise should be sincere. I don't know if you sometimes had the experience someone is praising you, but someone who is doing that just as a matter of etiquette or don't actually really think what he's saying, you can immediately feel the difference. So in the same way, we want to glorify the Lord and we want that it comes from a place of sincerity in our heart. So here in this second step, we will add to be more in the presence of the Lord as we glorify him, and we'll try to do it with some sincerity into our voice. And the glorification will be super simple. It will be Jai, 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 my dear Lord. I'm so happy I can be in your association. You are such a wonderful Lord. You love your devotees, so on and so forth. But we stay in the presence of the Lord, and our chanting, the holy name, is the praise. So we don't need actually to think too many different glorification in our mind. Our glorification is the holy name. So we stay in the presence of the Lord and we express our love and devotion through the chanting of the holy name. And I wanted, maybe I shared it already once, many years ago, I was spending a month of Kartik in Govinda Kund. And in the evening, I will be chanting in front of the deities. And every evening, all the sadhus who are in Govinda Kund and also were spending the whole day chanting the holy name, in the evening, they will do a parikram of Govinda Kund by singing kirtan. And they will stop in front of every ashram and they will glorify the deity and glorify the sadhu who takes care of the ashram. And then they will move to the next one. So I was there chanting in front of Radha Gopinath, and then I could hear them come from far away. Hare Krishna, And then when they will come close to the temple, they will speed up, Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare. And then they will come into a crescendo and the mantra. And then they will say, Shishi Radha Gopinath ki Jai Ho, Dinabandhu Baba ki Jai Ho. And then they will go to the next temple, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And every day I was there chanting my japa, and it was such enlivening situation to just hear them glorifying with such a heart, glorifying the deity, glorifying the sadhu. So we will have now on the screen a nice picture of Govinda Kund. The motto is our holy name means Jai, Jai. I glorify you, my Lord. We enter into the presence of the Lord and we try to do it with sincerity and feeling in our hearts. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. It might still not be fully easy to glorify the Lord like this. I was remembering Dhruva Maharaj when he was in front of the Lord. He knew now I'm supposed to glorify the Lord, but he did not know. He said, I cannot glorify you. I'm just blank. I'm just too unsecure or uneasy in glorifying you. And then the Lord touched his head with the conch, and by the blessing of the Lord, he was actually able to glorify the Lord. So it might also be not be so easy for us to directly be in this mood of glorifying the Lord, and we might need to ask a little extra help for the Lord so that he help us to be in that mood and not space out and go again into topics of the world. The last step we will do today, we will have again a small quote. This is from Srila Prabhupada on the science of self-realization. He's translating the verse Harinam, Harinam, Harinam Eva Kevalam. I think we all know this verse very much. But in this translation, he says, in this age of Kali, there is no other religion than glorifying the Lord by uttering his holy name. So we glorify the Lord by uttering his holy name. So this is exactly what we try to do. And then the verse ends, and that is the injunction of all revealed scriptures. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. There is another beautiful quote in the teachings of Kapila Dev when Prabhupada writes, Krishna's words are absolute, as well as his form, quality, and activities. They are always fresh and new. If they were not, how could the devotee glorify them day after day with greater enthusiasm? The more one glorifies Krishna, the more enthusiastic one becomes in glorifying, glorifying, glorifying. 3 times Prabhupada writes. This is the meaning of spiritual. So for the last stage for today, we will have some glorifications coming from the scriptures in front of our eyes, and we will try to enter into the mood of this glorification. And it's very beautifully explained. Those glorifications take place when Krishna comes back to Vrindavan after having spent the day out with the cows. And it is described by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that just before Krishna enters Vrindavan village, he sees that the demigods are in the sky and they want to glorify the Lord. So Krishna stopped to listen to the glorification of the demigod, but he is the only one who can see them. So no one else see the demigods, they just see Krishna stopping and looking at the sky with a smile on his face, if we can say like this. So in the screen, I will share with you one glorification that demigods are saying to Krishna, and that's actually very beautiful. They say, "Oh, son of Yashoda, with your nice necklace, oh, abode of all good qualities, oh, endless ocean of mercy, who is enjoying here. Oh, most generous giver, we praise you." So what we will do, this will be in front of your eyes so that you can look from time to times. We'll chant, we'll try to stay with the holy name. We do the step we did before. We enter into the presence of the holy name. We try to glorify him through the words of the Maha Mantra and with a sincere feeling. And then one can take the first sentence, "O son of Yashoda, with your nice necklace." And we put that nicely in our ground and we chant the holy name while saying this glorification to the Lord. And when you notice the mind was wandering away, we can take the next, "O abode of all good quality, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna." And when the mind was gone again, "O endless ocean of mercy, who is enjoying here," and so on and so forth. I guess you got the idea. So we'll try it out. Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today. We were trying to see the topic of glorification, that our chanting is a glorification of the holy name, glorification of Radha and Krishna. This is actually a mood that we try to develop. That's not always easy to switch or get or enter into a different mood. So in one sense, we do the activity of chanting the holy name. We try to focus our mind. We try to be with the holy name, to stay with the holy name. We bring the mind back like we always do, but we try to have this mood of our chanting be a glorification, that we do that really as an expression of love, as an expression of gratitude to the Lord for being with us in his form of the holy name. I'm not sure how easy it was and how good and relevant it was for everyone, but that was a humble attempt to enter into a different mood. And the mood of glorification is something very light, very joyous, very, very, very sweet, actually. And sometimes, like Prabhupada was saying in the quote, you glorify, and then more you glorify, more you want to glorify, and glorify, glorify, glorify. So we might enter into a whirlpool of glorification and maybe not get out anymore and keep glorifying the Lord. So I hope it was helpful to some extent, and thank you for your joining, and Krishna willing, we meet next Monday for another Japa adventure. All the best. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you so much.